All right, for anybody else who has a Jeep already knows, but the windshield, you can never see out of any Jeep windshield, because as soon as you clean all this off, it's just gonna be covered in bug guts. But I'm gonna clean it off anyway, because it's pretty bad. What's going on, YouTube? So this is my 2002 Jeep Wrangler TJ. There's already a couple videos on here on the channel about it from what I've done to it previously. But I wanted to make this video because I've been meaning to make this video for a very long time now about basically what is this Jeep, because I've only ever made videos of me doing stuff to it, never really made videos about it. So this is the official introduction of what my girlfriend likes to call Juke. I always called him Leaks because he literally leaks one of everything, but my girlfriend named him Juke. So I guess Juke the Jeep it is. But anyways, Juke is a 2002 Jeep TJ, like I said. I've had this Jeep for, I think, about 6 years now. And it has been great. It's also been a Jeep with a lot of flaws. When I'll go over everything that's done to it. So right off the top, you can notice it is lifted. I don't think there's a single Jeep TJ out there in the world anymore that's completely bone stock. If there is, there's very few of them. But the lift on this Jeep, so this is where I am in uncharted territory. This is probably what we want to call Frankenstein, because I don't know anything about this lift other than what I've done to it. So right off the bat, you can see down here, and if it's dripping water, it's because I just washed it. So you can see there's a Skyjacker steering stabilizer down there. So I'm assuming it's an old Skyjacker lift. When I originally bought this Jeep, it was lifted 9.5 inches. And yeah, you heard that right, 9.5 inches. So that was not gonna do well for me, because I wanted a Jeep I could daily and I could also take off-roading. When I bought it, it was originally built like a rock crawler. So it was lifted 9.5 inches, and it had 37s on it. Now, as of right now, as it sits, it is lifted 5.5 inches with 35s. All right, so I did lower it. So the way I lowered it, I put different springs in it. So I never did change the bump stops. I really need to, but I put I think they're 4.5-inch Curry springs, and even after driving all this time, they settle to where it'd be like 5.5 inches of lift, which to me is pretty crazy. I've also got the Bilstein shocks, Bilstein 5100 shocks. It is 4-linked. It is 4-linked front and rear. I don't know if you can tell, but it's 4-linked front and rear. It does have adjustable control arms, which everything, so the red, I'm pretty sure is the Skyjacker part. If this is a Skyjacker lift, I'm assuming it is, but the red is Skyjacker and everything else is what I put on here. So when I got it, I had to replace these. I had to replace the Heim joints. So I did make these a little bigger. I think they're 1.25 inches now. I think I had to drill the holes bigger and put thicker bolts in there, but it's got steel brake lines, which is freaking awesome. Those were on there when I got it too. Let's see what else is on here. It does have a leaking rear main seal, as almost every 4.0 liter does. I think I'm gonna make a video where I replace that, because I think I've been dealing with it long enough. Now back here, here's where it gets fun. So that is a 9-inch Ford rear end. That is not a factory Jeep rear end. This is a Ford rear end. And also you can see the links right there. So another cool little feature about this Jeep when I got it is that this back here was geared to 410s or 411s. I think Ford is 411. This was 411, and up there was the factory 325. Which was bizarre because when you time I put this thing in 4-wheel drive, it literally just binded up on itself. I don't know if that's a rock crawling trick or what, but yeah, it was not right at all. So now the Jeep is geared both to 410, or at least the front's 410, the back's 411, because they don't make a 410 gear for the 9-inch. It's got an Adams drive shaft in it. Fun story about that, I thought there was something wrong with it, and I bought a very expensive drive shaft, and that ended up not being my issue, but it's got it in there now. It does have a slip yoke eliminator. That was also on there when I got it. Let's see, anything else suspension wise I need to cover? I think that's pretty much it suspension wise. Just, it's kind of a little bit all over the place, but it's a skyjacker lift with Curry springs. I guess that's the best way I could describe it. But yeah, it sits 5.5 inches now, which honestly looks freaking awesome in my opinion. I think this is like the perfect height for a Jeep. A perfect height for a Jeep that you want to daily and also take off-roading. And I've taken this thing on a couple off-roading trips, and it's done me really good. I don't take it much off-roading anymore, but it still drives really good. This front bumper, the very first thing I bought for it, when I bought this Jeep, it was actually wrecked. I actually got it on Copart. It was wrecked in the front right here. So this part was kicked in, and it had an ARB bumper on it too. So it had a very expensive bumper, but the bumper was it wasn't savable. It was bent all in, and it did have a hard top actually. Had a hard top, and it had a freaking gaping size hole on the top of the hard top. It was like a tree went through it or something. It was crazy. But I got rid of that. That's when I put the soft top on there. And as one of the other videos I made, I took the soft top off because the soft top just got all brittle and old, and I took it off, and now I run this. But this bumper was one of the very first things I put on here, and I literally got this bumper for stupid cheap on eBay. It was like $125. It's an EAG bumper, and 5-6 years later, this thing is, I mean, it's got some marks. Don't get me wrong, it's a little beat up. And it's got some overspray. I noticed when I was washing it, it's got some overspray, and I'm kind of upset about that. But yeah, the bumper has held up amazing. Like, it still has all its coating on there, and it's been great. It was probably the best investment you can make on this Jeep is one of these cheap bumpers. And I think they are still this cheap too, and they look freaking awesome. I mean, come on now, that looks awesome. It does have a winch. It has a 9,000-pound worn winch. I do still have the sticker. I meant to glue it back on here, but yeah, it's got a 9,000-pound worn winch. It's got the cable on here. I think this cable is rated, this cable is rated for not cable, synthetic rope. This rope is rated for, I think, 10,000 pounds, 10 or 12,000 pounds. I can't remember. It's rated pretty heavy. But my cable that was on here, it was a little, it was all old. The wires were coming out of it. Every time I used it, I would poke my hand to death. It was bad. So I switched to this rope, and this rope's done pretty good so far. I got it for Christmas. I don't remember where they got it from, but it was a good Christmas gift, I'll tell you that much. Let's see. I still have factory headlights. I do plan on upgrading to LEDs eventually. I did paint the bezels. It is a little off right now. They need to be repainted. Let's see what else we got. Wheels and tires. I did spray some tire shine on there, so they're kind of it looks a little bad right now. Actually, it looks really bad. That's terrible. I just sprayed it on before I recorded. But anyways, the tires are Mastercraft Corsair MXT, and they are 35. Actually, technically, the technical size is, where is it at? Where is it at? It's on your side. There it is. I'm actually looking right at it. Technical size is 315 75 16, but that comes out to be a 35-inch tire. So, but that's the technical size, is 315. The front tires, not a lot of tread left in the front, unfortunately. The back still has a lot. I should rotate them, but I'm not gonna lie, it rides better like this. The last time I rotated them, it made the Jeep ride bad. It was kind of weird. I think they're not better. I don't think they're balanced that great. fender flares. So you can see this one's faded and this one's not. So another thing I did to this Jeep, I repainted these fender flares. I took them all off, all 4 of them off. I prepped them, sanded them, I painted them, and I put some a bed liner on it. I put some duplicolor bed liner on it. And this one, for some reason, is the only one that has held up over the years. This one has held up great, and the rest of these have all faded. I don't know, and I did the exact same method with all of them. I don't know, maybe I just took extra time with that one or something, but they need to be painted. They need to be painted again, but it still looks a lot better than how they were originally. It was literally like this, but everywhere. It was like all white when I first started this. Yeah, that needs to be repainted. I did the same thing with my license plate holder too. Painted with that bed liner, and this held up really good. Taillights, I'm not particularly fond of these taillights, but I do kind of like these better than those other style. Like, you know, there's the circle ones. I do particularly like this style a little bit better. These were on there when I got it. The bulbs in them are kind of iffy. Some of them work, some of them don't. I never really looked into replacing them because, I mean, that's not really that big of a deal. Oh yeah, there's my sticker. One of my favorite stickers on this Jeep. If you know, you know. Back bumper, I absolutely hate. I will not lie to you. I absolutely hate this bumper with a passion. We actually had to make this. Me and my dad made this because it used to be I guess it was just this. It was just like a flag holder, I guess. But I wanted something like, you know, the rear tire because I love that look. So me and my dad made a bracket, made all this for it. But the bumper, so most Jeep bumpers you see, you have like a little latch you can pick up, or a whole handle where you can swing this out. Yeah, not this one. This one, you've got this freaking little knob right here, and unscrew that all the way, then you can swing it out. But the thing is, to avoid making this thing making a lot of noise, you have to take this and tighten it down with a wrench or with a channel locks, because if you don't, it rattles the whole thing to death. It's annoying when you're driving, and yeah, I absolutely hate this bumper. I really do. It's been on my biggest thing to-do list to change. I just ain't never done it. But there's my Adams drive shaft sticker. Came with the drive shaft. The exhaust, I painted it black, but it got all rusty. It did not hold up well at all. That's something I could probably clean up later and repaint. It does have the Smitty-built cargo net on it now. I don't think I ever made a video where I put this on, or I did, I just never uploaded it because it was kind of a crappy video. But it's got a Smitty-built cargo net on it now. And it still does have my Bimini top. Thing still looks awesome. It's got I'm not sure what brand these are, but it's got the little side body armor here, and I really do like this. I don't know what brand it is. I don't know what that, to me that emblem looks like the Templar emblem from Assassin's Creed, but I really don't know what what the brand is of this, but I really do like these, and these have held up surprisingly well. Let's see, anything else on the outside? Oh, I got 4 little LED cubes. The brackets were there when I bought the Jeep, just not the lights. I had the lights from another truck that I sold, so I kept these lights and ended up buying these 2 brand new. So now it's got stupid bright LED cube lights, and they are freaking bright. This is also on there when I got it, this little hood scoop little deal. I'm not really sure what it's for, but it does look cool. Let's see, anything else on the outside other than a couple stickers here and there? I think that's it on the outside. I'm going to show you the inside now. Let's see here. Inside is freaking clean, and it looks brand new. If y'all haven't seen the video where I actually took all this apart, like I took the whole dash apart and I painted everything, go check out that video because I enjoyed making it. It took me forever to make it, but I really enjoyed it. I got my Realtree steering wheel cover. I painted these gray, painted my radio bezel gray. I still have an old crummy radio with the auxiliary cord. It's not Bluetooth. I know, I'm old fashioned. There's the paint I used. If I can reach it. There it is. here's the paint I used. The LVP refinisher, the Color Bond, Chrysler Agate. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But that's the paint I used to do this entire interior, and it literally comes out amazing. 5-speed manual. Center console out of a 03 or 04, because mine factory one, it was completely busted up right here. It's in the video. This is also in the video. I'm not particularly fond of how that looks, but it's what I have. Let's see. I don't have seat covers yet. I really would like to invest in some. Oh, and these are freaking awesome here. Let me go on the other side and I'll show you this. This is one of my favorite things on this Jeep. Let's see here. Oh man, center console painted. But those right here, these are Tough Country storage boxes. And I gotta say, these are freaking awesome. Are they unlocked? Oh, they're not unlocked. Here, one sec, I'll show you. So I keep my keys separate, but let me show you all these things. I got some stuff in here already, and that is a very hairy hat. Just ignore that. But yeah, storage boxes. You can put speakers in here. They fit like 5 1/4 speakers, I believe. I never bothered putting them in there. I really want to, because that would make this, I feel like the extra sound of this Jeep will be freaking awesome. Yeah, but I got these Tough Country storage boxes. I think it actually says it on there. Yeah, Tuffy. But I freaking love these things. They were not hard at all to put on here. Yeah, they're awesome. If you own a Jeep, you know extra storage is top notch. You got to have extra storage in these Jeeps. But yeah, those have been very handy, and I absolutely love them. Oh, get back there. I ain't been using in a while. There we go. Oh yeah, here's another fun thing. So you're wondering why my Jeep's in reverse right now. That's because my emergency brake, yeah, I don't really have an emergency brake. So the way they did this Jeep when I bought it, so like I said, it's got a 9-inch Ford rear end under it. It's got a 9-inch Ford rear end, but I'm not really sure how. Let me take you on the cleaner side so y'all can see. I'm not really sure how this works, but they made some like brackets. I'm not sure where these calipers came from, but they could be the factory Jeep. No, they couldn't be. But I'm not really sure where these calipers are off of, but they made like these little brackets, and it's wet because I just washed it in here. But there's no way to put emergency brake cables back here. And so that's why whenever I go out in public, I have to leave this thing in gear. Otherwise, it's just gonna roll away. But I've driven it for like 5-6 years like that, and honestly never really bothered me, because it wasn't that big of a deal to do it, honestly. Steel brake lines all the way around, Bilstein shocks all the way around. That's one of my issues right there. So it does have a rear seal leak, and that's the only complaint of this rear end I've ever had. That rear seal, I've replaced it twice and it still leaks. And honestly, after the last time, it cost me, I can't remember how much it cost me then. It cost me a lot of money to get those seals replaced, and they still leaked, and I've said just to heck with it. So I just kept driving it like that. I highly advise against that, but I was 19 when I got this Jeep, so 19, 20, I really didn't care. I just wanted a Jeep to drive. But yeah. Wait one second. Let me show you this. Let me show you the engine bay. Show you what I got going on under here. Even though there's not really much, and it's probably dirty as all get out. Alright, sorry about that. My phone randomly cut off on me. Anyways, I have the good old 4.0 liter. Best engine Jeep probably ever made, honestly. This thing's literally bulletproof. Not much going on under here that I've done. I actually didn't do this, but it's got a K&N air filter. That was on here when I got it. Air filter has seen better days. It really could use a good replacement because I've never replaced it in the 6 years I've been driving it. It's got a more or less a brand new radiator. When I bought it, it had a crack right here, and the crack just kind of slowly started to spread, and I drove it for years like that. And I can't remember when I replaced this, but it wasn't that long ago when I replaced this. Yeah, there's, like I said, there's not really much going on under here. It's not clean by no means, because like I said, I've taken it off-roading, and honestly, I kind of wish I took better care of the stuff I off-roaded. Like same deal with my Dakota. My Dakota, I off-roaded it, and it looks just about like this. It's just a muddy mess under here. Yeah, part of me kind of regrets it, mainly just because it makes all this look like crap now. But especially when you want something to look nice, yeah, this does not help the matters none. But yep, that's literally all I got going on under here. Let's see here. I will show you all this though. So one of the big questions of y'all watching this video right now is y'all want to know how many miles are on this thing. Well, I think we're gonna show you, and y'all are probably gonna be like, what? No way. So here we go. And there it is. It's got 94,180 miles. So yeah, this is a very low mile Jeep. And I'll be honest with y'all, when I got this thing, I bought this thing with 78,000 miles on it. And it had some hard 78,000 miles, because this thing was a piece when I got it. I mean, it was a piece. So I literally, most of my first few years having this Jeep was literally just me fixing it, fixing all the issues with it. That was literally my first few years of owning this thing, was just me trying to fix it, fix everything wrong with it. Now, past few years I've been driving it. I've been loving it. The only thing I hate about driving it is my steering wheel. I've got a lot of play in the steering wheel. I don't know if it needs a steering box or if it needs some other stuff, but you could literally be driving down the road and you could do this and the Jeep will not move. So steering wheel's got a lot of play in it. That's literally the biggest thing I probably need to fix still. But honestly, over the years, I kind of gotten used to it, so I don't really make a big deal about it right now. Still got my Bimini top. This thing's still pretty good. Oh, there's one thing I did not go over. So, only thing I did not go over was my exhaust. So the exhaust, it's got I believe that is a 2-inch tip, 2.5-inch tip or something like that. But y'all don't care about the tip. Y'all want to know what the sound is. So it is actually a MagnaFlow muffler. I don't really remember all the specs on it. There's actually a video on YouTube that's like it's called the best sounding Jeep ever, and the guy put in the link of what he used. It was a MagnaFlow muffler, and that is I literally bought what he had, and I gotta say, it made this Jeep sound amazing. This is probably my favorite exhaust, very favorite sounding Jeep ever. And if I ever buy another Jeep, it's gonna have the same muffler on it, because I absolutely love it. And it was very inexpensive too. It was not much at all. Only thing I had to pay for was just getting the exhaust work done right here. And I gave them the muffler. I don't think that cost, I think it was like $150 just to do that at the time. That's probably went up now, but yeah, so that's my Jeep. Like I said, I do love this thing. It is a Jeep, so it's got its little quirks here and there, but I absolutely do love it. I do want to try to make some more content with this thing though. Honestly, it's probably not going to happen anytime soon, mainly because it's beginning to become winter time now. It's starting to get colder outside. This is probably the nicest day we're going to have, last nicest day we're going to have for a while. And because I don't have another top for it, literally this is all I have. Literally all I have is that cargo net and the Bimini top. I don't have any other kind of top for it, and honestly I'm not really looking to buy one right now. So honestly, the Jeep's probably going to stay in the garage majority of the time, but I really want to make this video before I like permanently parked it for the winter, because I wanted to show y'all. And yeah, I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. I can't wait to start driving this thing again though. Winter needs to be over with. But I am gonna still drive this while we still have nice skies outside. But yeah, this is my Jeep. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. Subscribe if y'all want to see more. Don't forget to leave a like, and I'll see y'all on the next one.